Welcome to the Massacre Matinee.
Welcome back.
Jinx.
It's part 2, bitch.
So we're back for part 2. We've got the puppy chow. It looks like it's a 1 gallon bag. Mother. A 1 gallon bag of puppy chow for 3 fucking people. Are you serious? I love it. Thank you. It looks like cocaine.
It's gonna be gone by the end of the day.
Cocaine!
Cocaine accessories.
So, we left off with they had found
Leslie's body, yeah.
in Lake Gibson?
Lake Gibson, yeah.
Okay.
Bella's just so
She's very aggressive. Love me.
She's demanding.
Yes. She's very needy. The fucking neediest.
So, we're gonna get on to Kristen French's murder.
Let's try this again. Welcome back to
Welcome
part
back.
2. It's been a hell of an intro to part 2.
Man. All right, part 2. Part 2 is gonna get a little irritating.
Oh?
Just because the trial irritates me. Anyway, so before we get into all of that, we got to get into, the other victim, Kristen French. So at this point, Paul and Carla have been married for like a whole year. During after-school hours, April 16th, 1992, Paul and Carla are driving through St. Catharines in a fucking school zone, looking for, like, more victims. Just cruising down the road looking for him. The couple spotted 15-year-old Kristen just trying to walk home. And they have the great idea of, yeah, Carla, you go take a map to her and ask her for directions and everything like that. Just send the woman out to go get it. Carla got out of the car with the map, walked up to Kristen like, hey, can you help us find this place? Like, can you point it on the map? Do you know where it is? And they kind of used the fucking map to hide the fact that Paul was, like, sneaking up behind her. And he grabs her and forces her into...
Like, holding up the map or whatever.
She's holding up the map, paying attention to the map and everything like that. And Paul comes up from behind her, grabs her, and shoves her into the car.
Okay.
Paul's in, like, the front seat. Carla's in the back seat, holding Kristen's hair back, while Paul's, like, shoving a knife towards Kristen, like, hey, you're fucking coming with us. So Carla's, like, holding her fucking hair back.
Kristen's in the front seat?
I think she was just, like, I think she was, like, in between the front seat and the back. So, like, on the floor in between.
I think Carla was in the back, because the
Carla was in the back, sitting on the actual back seat. Kristen's, like, in front of her a little bit in that, like, space.
Oh, on the foot, in, like, the footwell area?
Yeah,
okay.
And then Paul's, like, in the front seat.
Okay.
Because it was a small car he had.
Yeah.
Very small.
Carla's parents reported her missing, like, really fucking quick. They're like, it's been an hour since she was supposed to be home. Like, that's not like her. They report her missing. I'm gonna correct myself from part 1, first part. It wasn't Easter dinner. It was like a Father's Day gathering dinner that they were cooking for.
Some kind of generalized family gathering.
Family gathering. It was. I mean, it was a year difference. I don't think it was for Easter. I'm pretty sure it was for like a Father's Day kind of thing because her dad was there. Father's Day and Easter are really close in timeline. It's like a month.
To not necessarily be relevant. I think.
Yeah. Either way, they were over there for dinner. Over Easter weekend, Paul and Carla, like, recorded themselves torturing and raping Kristen and sodomizing her, forcing her to drink large amounts of alcohol and getting her drunk and doing all this kind of stuff because Paul really just wanted a sex slave and everything like that, and he thought this was going to be the one that was going to stay and whatnot, so he didn't have her blindfolded like they had Leslie.
Okay.
And that kind of pissed Carla off because she was just like, well, shit hits the fan, like... She's gonna know.
This one's so special.
Well, yeah, like she's gonna know like who we are and where we are and all that kind of stuff.
So at that point, he was probably already like, "Well, I can just kill her if I have to."
Yeah, so it kind of indicated that like she wasn't gonna live.
That's a general like piece of advice that they typically give. Like, if you're ever kidnapped and you see your kidnapper's face, you're probably not gonna survive it. Not to say it's impossible.
See, while Kristen's there and like while Leslie was like at the house, because it was like it wasn't like they did this in one night. Like, it was a span. I don't know how long each of them were kept in the house. We never really got told that. But they had, like, this one dude who in the documentary they blind out like the face. I think they refer to him as Mark in the documentary, where he was like, he got investigated because they thought he was a part of it, because he just was like at the house conveniently at the same time that like these two women were there.
How convenient.
He didn't have anything a part of it. He had no fucking idea. Like, they never found any evidence. He wasn't in any of the videos or anything like that. He was just one of their friends that, like, frequently came over. And he was just over, and he never heard anything or whatnot, because he was the one that mentioned that they would keep the puppy in the basement, so any noises he heard thought it was just, oh, the puppy's in the basement.
Makes sense.
So he literally has lost so many jobs and everything like that because they... guilty by association kind of a thing, even though he had literally nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Carla's basically the one that told Paul that Kristen needed to die because she wanted to go spend Easter with her family, and they couldn't just leave her there because she could escape.
Okay.
So Paul strangled Kristen for 7 minutes while Carla watched. Paul claimed that Carla beat Kristen with like a rubber mallet and everything like that to like subdue her to make it easier for her to die or some shit like that. I don't know. During the trial, they both
type of justification they can think of.
Well, during the trial, Paul was blaming Carla, saying it was all Carla. Carla did this, all of that, and then Carla was saying, "Oh, Paul did all this, and he forced me to do this." So they were just blaming each other.
Yeah.
April 30th, 1992. So she was only, let's see, from the 16th until, I'd say probably a few days before the 30th. So I think she was only there for like a week, maybe a week and a half at most.
Okay.
Because April 30th, her body was found nude in a ditch in Burlington, and she had been, her body was completely clean, and they cut off all of her hair. So she was like bald. And then this is kind of where Carla starts spinning the story that she was getting beaten by Paul, because in like December 27th, like she comes into work with 2 black eyes, and she was just like, oh no, I got into a car accident, but told like close friends that it was Paul that did it to her.
Okay.
And told family that it was Paul. January of 1993, Carla's parents kind of noticed that she has more bruises and whatnot. See, I don't know if they tried to if she was just trying to use this as a way to get out of the crimes, because she knew like eventually people, like they found 2 bodies, like they were gonna fucking find out that she had involvement. So I don't know if she was causing these herself or if she actually was getting beaten.
There are
I think it could swing both
that.
ways.
Yep.
There's not enough evidence to say that she was doing it herself, but I do kind of think, knowing how Paul was as a person, that he very well could have been beating her just as a way, like, hey, I don't have a victim, like, I'm going to take this out on you, kind of a thing. So in January 1993, Carla's parents are like, you're getting the fuck out of this house. We're tired of seeing you, like, beaten and bruised and whatnot. Like, he's controlling you and manipulating you. Like, you've changed. You're coming home.
Does anybody else want some puppy chow?
I'm good for right now. And it's kind of like at this point that she goes to police and starts talking and just being like, there's these tapes, he beats me, he's the one that killed Leslie, he killed Kristen, like just starts giving them all this fucking information. And then, at this point, when Paul's picked up, that's when he's like, hey, I know I look like that. The picture or whatnot, his DNA is taken and whatnot. But 26 months after he submitted that DNA is when they finally got the results. 2 years it took for them to get the results.
I can imagine it takes a while, but 2 years?
Mm-hmm. He had submitted the DNA when they were still investigating the rapes.
Mm-hmm.
So the DNA, like, they literally could have prevented Leslie and Kristen's murder if it wasn't one fucking dude doing all of the DNA testing for Ontario. They had one person doing it.
The little fella was overworked.
Well, if they had more fucking, like, an actual team, those 2 girls would still be alive today. Half the rapes would have been prevented.
Easily half.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people were really, really upset about that. And he's a match for the rape, so obviously he gets picked up, and then, with Carla talking about the fact that, like, he was the one that attacked these 2 women and killed them. Like, so he's picked up for that one. At this point, detectives go to California, and they get like these therapists and psychiatrists to see if Carla was only involved because she was scared and she kind of learned to be complicit and everything like that, and then she had I think they call it battered women syndrome, which she was able to play it off because, you know, her IQ was in the top 2%.
Very smart girl.
Very fucking smart.
Smart people are dangerous.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm a dumb bitch. Anyway. I am proof that I can be fucking clueless, but also kind of smart sometimes.
You got just enough to survive. That's all you need.
It's a good balance.
The rest is waste.
I won't eat rat poison on accident thinking it's cereal, but you could not tell me. You could not get me.
If I'm kidnapped, I'll eat it on purpose.
Yeah, but you could not get me to fucking teach somebody how to do long division. I have forgotten long division.
I know how. It just takes me a minute.
I could not fucking remember. I don't think I ever got long division.
Honestly, I'm
I'm
gonna
horrible at
test you
math.
on it after recording.
Please don't. I will cry.
It'll be easy.
So, February 9th, 1993, Carla told her aunt and uncle that Paul was the rapist and that she and Paul were responsible for, like, the murders and that they had recorded it. So now people are aware of these tapes. So they're searching the house. They have a search warrant. And, like, search warrants are only good for a certain amount of time and everything like that.
Okay.
They are in this house for 71 days. And they could not find a fucking tape. At all. 71 days they're in this house looking, trying to find these tapes. They find one tape, only one, and this is like the one that kind of fucks over Carla at the end, because it is literally a tape of her with an unknown victim that they didn't know of at the time, a third victim wasn't killed, and it's literally a videotape of Carla performing oral sex on this like Jane Doe who's like 15. She's known as Jane Doe. Police know her real identity and everything like that, but she didn't want her identity referred to the public or any kind of thing like that. She didn't want to be known.
I mean, understandably so. Didn't want to be thrown into the
So
spotlight.
she's just known as Jane Doe. Paul knows that they're trying to look for these tapes, and then the search warrant conveniently ended, and he sends his legal team into the house.
And he
tells
probably
them,
told him
exactly where the tapes were. They were in the bathroom, hidden behind the fucking light fixture. And his lawyer thought he had a fucking big brain moment, and he's like, I'm gonna hold on to these tapes. Police can't have these tapes because that, like, damns my client. So he holds on to the tapes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I only watched one documentary on this before you ended up picking up the research on it because of Steve. Wasn't he like a kind of new-ish lawyer? So like he had only been
practicing for like I think a couple of years. Like I don't think he even hit his 5-year mark.
Poor little fella just destroyed his career. Like
he held on to those tapes for months.
And withholding evidence in the
Canada has a very
issuing of a
similar
trial,
legal system that the U.S. does, and
withholding that kind of evidence is he should have gone to jail for that.
Because in America and Canada, you cannot withhold physical evidence as a legal team. It has to go to police and all of that kind of stuff for the investigation. When another lawyer went to that lawyer and was like, hey, by the way, like, other people need to have these, he was just like, oh fuck, and gave them to that other lawyer, and then immediately was like, I'm quitting this case. Goodbye. I'm done. Fuck this, I'm out.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
Sorry, eh?
And Carla kept asking about the tapes and all that kind of stuff, and she didn't like, oh, did you guys find the tapes and whatnot? And then she was just kind of like, she knew it was on those tapes. She knew how damning they would be to her.
Yeah.
So she was talking about how she had another psychiatrist come in, and they were trying to say that, because at this point, the police have the Jane Doe tape. That's the only one that they found. And she was just like, well, I don't remember doing that. I don't remember being a part of that. So she got a fucking psychiatrist to come in and say that she had amnesia from the trauma of being beaten from Paul, by Paul. And that's why she doesn't remember torturing and raping
Yeah,
the Jane
and
Doe.
that's funny about that too, because they hired somebody from California.
Yeah, they had California come in and be like, "Hey, does she have like the battered women syndrome and all that kind of stuff?"
Not
And
even
for
the
the
same
longest
country at that point.
No, and like for the longest time, they were like, "Yeah, she was beaten, she was forced to do this and all this kind of stuff," because they only know what's on these tapes from what she's telling them. Well, then please get a hold of these fucking tapes, and they see that
She was just as involved.
she was involved, but at this point, she already had a fucking plea bargain.
Yeah, she had her deal already.
She already had her deal.
They shouldn't have
She was
given her
going to
a deal that
testify
fast.
against Paul, and she would only get manslaughter charges.
You said that the defense lawyers had the tapes for over a year. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming her plea bargain kind of came into effect over the course of that year, which just
Yeah.
means that they
I think
they
it took
settled on a plea way
it
too
took
easy.
3 years for the trial to happen,
Okay.
and she made the plea pretty early on, and then
when did the trial start? Like start and end? I don't think we caught a dates or
I didn't have that, but it was 3 years after Kristen had been found.
Okay.
So I think it was 96,
Okay.
around 96 when it started. So she had a deal that would only land her fucking 12 years in prison.
That's a
She only
hell
got
of a
2 for her
fucking deal.
sister. 2 years.
2
for her
years for
sister.
Tammy.
Huh.
Is all that she got.
Yeah.
Because then they realized, they found that, like, when they had the tapes, they realized, like, holy fucking shit, like, she killed her own sister.
How much of an uproar was there?
Oh, there was protesting going on, everything.
There was a time, because of, like, the shit that was happening with, like, her plea deal and all of this kind of stuff, and her still, like, being a battered woman and everything like that, that the media was banned from saying anything about it other than what she was being charged with. That's the only thing that they could say.
Hmm.
The media could have. And then one, like, police officer, or not police officer, some detective on it, like, published a whole bunch of shit, so they're like, well, fuck the media ban, I guess. And, like, the media was able to go into the courtroom and all that kind of shit.
Huh.
They honored her plea deal and all this kind of shit. So, like, the tapes didn't really, like, do anything towards her. But
Which they should have.
they should have, yeah, but it fucking damned the fuck out of Paul. Paul got life. He was charged with, like, all 9 counts of...
The reason why they were on the fence about this is because on these tapes, there was everything but the murders.
Yeah. They never
Okay,
showed the
so
actual
they could
killing.
only catch her for the rapes and things.
Yes, and they wanted to put him away for, like,
Mhm.
ever.
But here's the thing, Carla was never charged for a sex crime. Only Paul was.
Yeah, and that's...
Even though there's video evidence of her committing sexual acts on these women.
I think that is something that can tie into a little bit more of like the era, because like nowadays, it's weird.
Oh, men are hit a lot harder in the criminal system than
They
women are.
absolutely are, but it's weird to say that now in 2023, a woman can be charged for
Mhm.
raping a man, but back then, people didn't look at it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, because
true.
So
they're like, oh, it's a woman on a
her
woman. That's
having-
different.
Her doing the oral sex acts on the Jane Doe,
hmm
they would have just been like, well, I mean, she's just kind of
That's just a kink. Ooh.
she's just
like-
kind of licking her. Like, what's so scary about
There's no,
that?
yeah, because
Like,
there's in their mind, in their mind,
Hi, Mom.
rape. In their mind, rape is probably just like penetration or whatnot. Like it's the
and that's
unwilling
what I'm saying is
penetration.
there's a really weird gray area in the definition of rape as a
Mhm.
term.
I'm sorry, like if you go and you're fucking groping somebody's chest, like yeah, you're sexually assaulting them. Like what? If it's I think anything sexually related that is unconsensual is sexual assault. And then rape,
Okay.
rape. I don't know. Rape's so broad that I think sexual assault is a little bit more of a
I feel like
better
rape,
term.
Rape is more specific to I would say like a penetrative form of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Sexual assault's your blanket term.
So like she at least could have been charged with the fucking sexual assault charge,
Easily.
but she didn't. She only got manslaughter.
And only 2 years for her fucking sister.
Mhm. And then
No,
5 years for
You
each.
said that he got hit with all 9 charges. Was it all 9 rape charges? Did he get hit with the murder charges too?
He got
or-
so all of he got charged because the rapist like the rape
the rape.
the rape
The rape.
Mm,
The rape is rapes.
that was a whole different like trial and court case and everything like that because
So
they
the rape
weren't
and the murders were
connected.
done separately.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in total, he got life in prison.
Out of just everything.
Out of everything, he has life in prison.
Okay.
Because they basically had the same. Like, he basically has, like, 2 life sentences, I think.
Okay.
Technically. So Paul was convicted of 2 first-degree murder counts, 2 counts of aggravated sexual assaults, 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of forcible confinement, and committing a indignity to a body.
That would have been.
I think that's the dismemberment, yeah. And then, you know, all the rape charges and everything like that. So he was sentenced to life in prison without parole for at least 25 years, because Canada has, like, you served a minimum amount of time, like 25 years is their life sentence. Okay. And then, but if they get deemed
I'd imagine after 25 years in jail, your life's pretty much over.
Yeah, but if they get deemed a dangerous offender, then they're fucked. They're just staying in jail. They're not getting parole after 25 years, and that's what he was.
That's what he got?
He was
makes
deemed.
sense. I mean, you don't want him to have anything to do with society.
Mm-hmm.
Does Canada have the death penalty?
No.
No. A lot of people wanted the fucking death penalty for both of them.
That's what I was wondering.
Like, they were like, change the fucking law, kill them. Mm-hmm. They wanted them.
Send them to America. They'll kill them for us.
They literally wanted them, like, hung up in, like, fucking town square. Like, they wanted them hanged.
Damn, Canadians get brutal when they're mad.
July 4th, 2005, Carla's released from prison.
Mm.
She changes her name to Leanne, which is just her middle name, so she's just going by her middle name. She gets remarried.
Seems like it's slightly different to here in that regard then, because here if you've got any kind of felony, you can't change your name. Not for a certain amount of years after.
Because Canada has like it's still a felony kind of thing, or is it a different term?
I think it's a different term, but still means the same thing.
So, like, what would be the felony?
Is there, like, a certain amount of time that they would have to wait to change their name then? Because I know, like, depending on what the felony is, like...
So, I guess, like, we'll just use felony just rather than felon because, you know, kind of interchangeable. But, like, how does that affect someone's life? Because I know here, like, you can't be around guns, you can't leave the country, you can't vote and whatnot. Like, yeah.
Okay, I know when... can't flee the country. You can't get a passport.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This was brought up too when I was talking to Sam about it. Is, you know, this woman just got out. I know you never said this yet, but she has 3 kids.
Yeah.
Shouldn't there be a law about somebody with that?
Like having to be with her while she's with the kids kind of thing?
No.
Well, I know here it depends on the charges. If you're a felon, you can have kids, but it depends on the felony. Like, if you got charged with a sex crime, including a child, then, like...
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody that's a pedo is gonna lose
Yeah, they
kids.
don't really let you have kids. But it's not like they're going around and sterilizing people with these crimes.
Right. We were just like, how can... Should be some type of a law. Okay, just like a pedo gets out of jail. He goes married. It's okay for him to have kids?
Morally, no. But, like, legally, I think they are allowed.
Legally, I mean, I think it'd be really, really difficult to say you can't procreate. Because that would be the government basically sterilizing people. I mean, that's a thing over in China. Like, you actually have to do paperwork to have children, and you have to let them know if it's a boy or a girl, because you were allowed to have one boy and, like, one girl. They
change it so often, because at one point you were only allowed to have one kid. At one point they were like, okay, now you have to have enough. But now their population's declining because not enough young people are having kids, so they're just like, please fucking have kids, and they're paying people to have kids.
They're flip-flopping, and they're going to do that forever.
I know Russia was actually paying people to have kids at one point in time. Because not enough young people are having kids. Well, I'm sorry, we can't fucking afford it.
You could pay me for it, doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Right. So she has, 3 kids. She changes her name. And I actually saw that as of 2020, she actually had to move out of the house with her kids and her husband, leave her kids and husband, because she was getting harassed so much. And her kids were getting bullied at school and everything like that. They're innocent in all this.
They are.
These kids are innocent. This husband's innocent. I mean, well, weird that he married, a known fucking murderer, but... Yeah,
but the husband, okay.
Oh, yeah, the husband is the brother of her fucking lawyer.
Exactly.
She must have gave really good head.
I don't know. Yeah. She's good at something.
I mean, he saw the fucking tape, so he knew what she could do. So yeah, it's probably the only way that she was gonna get fucking remarried was legal
Does
team.
the brother of the lawyer watching the tapes, does that count as trying it before you buy it?
I mean,
Leave it
so yeah, she's not even living with her kids and everything like that. So she's not living a very happy life.
I mean,
I wouldn't
good. She
want her
doesn't
to,
fucking
but like at the
deserve
same
it,
time,
but-
I feel bad for the kids because one, like those kids don't know what their mom
Yeah.
did. Like that's their mom. Like they
But,
want
I
to be with their
mean-
mom. They're separated from the fucking mother. Like that's the only sad part is that the
If-
kids are getting harassed.
If my mom helped well, not my dad, but if my mom helped someone like rape and torture and kill people, I'd kind of want to know about it. Like,
Right,
I know about.
but at
I
this
know
point in
about my
time, like,
mom's
when she
worst
had these
crime. I'm
kids and
not
they're
gonna
getting
out her
bullied,
on it, but I know about
The
my
oldest one's
mom's
like
crime.
8. So it's like 8-year-olds. They're not gonna fucking understand like, hey, your
But
mom's on
so-
tape like sexually assaulting this woman. Like,
Someday they will understand, though.
oh yeah,
But,
I mean
like,
that's a conversation for when you're like 13, 14, not.
they shouldn't necessarily be shielded from it either.
Mm-mm.
Like, even at a young age, they might not understand what the extent of the crimes is, but like they should know, like,
Hey, your
Mommy
mom's
was
a criminal.
bad person.
Mommy did prison time. Like,
You
oh,
remember
and like
when
her
we had to
leaving the
flush-
prison too. Like they literally had to use 2 different cars and like make people guess which one she was fucking in, and she just like slipped out of the fucking prison. Before she was released, I think she had. Oh yeah, she was eligible for parole like 2 years into her sentence, so she could have gotten out then. But I think about 4 or 5 years into her sentence, they had a judge go in and they were like, hey, we need to see if they can still uphold this plea bargain that she had and see if she can get more time, because they wanted to use the Jane Doe case against her because she never mentioned it or any kind of thing like that. And they're like, this is fucking sketchy.
It'd be a separate case.
Yeah. This judge basically went like, no, we need to uphold this plea bargain because how are we going to get people in the future to trust us and like speak to us with plea
Well, if
bargains
they-
and stuff like that?
If they never brought the Jane Doe charges against her in the first
Mhm.
trial, then they have every right to use it as a new case.
Right. But here's the fucking thing. This judge went and, well, the woman known as Jane Doe doesn't want to press any charges against Carla. That was a
Does the-
fucking lie.
Does the woman known as Jane Doe know that she said this?
No, she actually like spoke out and she's pissed because she like said that Carla was the one that actually hurt her the most.
You weren't kidding when you said that, you know, some legal stuff failed hard.
Oh yeah. She like there's people like in this documentary that I watched that they were like, if like she has a lot of support if she goes and tries to sue the government and everything like that, which I love that it's like, 'cause I know Canada's like technically a part of, you know, Britain and everything like that. So they're like, well, the crown and the government are like going, or the crown and the prosecutors are like going against this and everything like that. And I'm like, the crown got fucking nothing to do with it, but like I know you guys have to mention the crown. Basically, he rules like we gotta honor the plea bargain, even though like Jane Doe didn't want to press charges, and she came out and did an article and basically said that she still wanted to press charges and that she felt like she was just being slapped to the side. And you want to know where they posted this article in this newspaper? 5th page, so no one fucking read it.
Wow.
But it's just basically this judge going like, well, we want to hold our credibility of future plea bargains. So people are
But
fucking pissed.
Letting someone get away with something like that it puts even less faith in the legal system, letting someone get away with it.
Mhm. Yeah, so Paul was definitely just a bad fucking person. He's still rotting away in jail. He's been transferred a whole bunch of times to different prisons, so I don't know if he just keeps fucking with people in prisons and has to get moved.
And he's never talked about those tapes. And you would think
A lot
on
of
his
his-
behalf.
A lot of his crimes were also against underage minor
Mm-hmm.
females.
See,
so
he
like,
got put into prison.
maybe there's a similar thing in Canada prisons that there is in America prisons where they just fucking hate pedos, but
That's the way
Yeah,
it works.
he literally went to prison, and then you don't fucking hear anything about him again. Like he's just chilling in prison. He doesn't
Yep.
fucking say anything. He doesn't
Nothing.
do any kind of interviews or any kind of thing. Doesn't like try to appeal anything. He fucking took it, and he was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I
he
mean,
knew he was boned.
right? I mean, if the rapes that he had committed started after he started dating Carla, then I'd be like, okay, maybe it was the other way around and she was the one manipulating. But I mean, he was doing it before he even knew her, so like he's a piece of shit anyway.
But the murders didn't happen until after Carla.
Oh, they were like definitely feeding off of each other's
100%.
like fucking dark fucking shit, because and that's crazy to think that they fucking met at a pet store convention. Or like around, or because of the fact that the pet store convention was happening. But this case, oh my god.
The thing that concerns me though is, you know, he had his history before they met each other. And she really seemed like she just kind of slid real smooth right into that, like totally okay with it right off the fucking bat. So what the fuck was she doing that she never got caught on? I just
wonder if she was always the goody two shoes, so I wonder if she was just like...
They should check her vet history. I mean, you said she worked at the veterinary. Maybe there was like animals that were conveniently dying a little bit too young, and they were just like, "Oops, accident."
But here's like another thing. Fuck. I mean, that's fucked. But like at the same time,
fucked, but I mean,
going back on like the abuse things, I do think she was actually being abused, but I don't know to what extent. But I do think he was controlling, because like he would call the animal hospital. And an employee would like go tell her, and she would literally have to, like, if she was helping with a surgery or something, she would drop whatever the fuck she was doing to go talk to him, because she was like, he will be really fucking pissed if I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe in the beginning, but it seemed like more towards the end she kind of flourished into her own little sadistic fuck of a self.
The way that they kind of wrapped it up in that documentary, it was saying that he didn't care if he got caught, kind of thing. He was just doing it to doing it. He didn't think that he would get caught. He just kind of like...
Did he think he was gonna be 70 years old, just fucking raping
he
girls
just thought
in the
like he
backyard,
could
just right over the fence?
Well, like he would just do these things, and he wouldn't think of like, oh, I have to hide evidence.
So
I have to do this. So he just didn't think past the crime.
Impulse control,
right?
No impulse control.
But Carla was the one of, hey, I gotta play cleanup kind of thing. So they were like, okay, so clearly he's the dog that she has to like clean up after and all that kind of stuff.
The puppet master.
So that I think it was just this weird power balance that like in the beginning it was Paul, and then it would go to Carla, and then it would go back to Paul, and it was just like this seesaw of who had the power, who was doing what. But I think they were both on equal ground at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And she was trying to do that one power play of, you know what, maybe they got into a fight, and she's like, fuck it, I'm going to the police. And she was trying to just send him to jail and all of that kind of stuff.
What's even more crazy is, you know, she can't live with her family. Yet imagine what her mother and father thinks of her. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, does she have a relationship with him? Do they want to talk to her? Or is there any remorse there?
Right. Like, how guilty do they feel that they didn't prevent something that they could have prevented?
That was her sister. It's a shame.
So that was an interesting
Case.
So a scale of
Well, you said we were changing the 1 to ope. 1 to ope.
1 to ope.
How many opes?
How many opes?
Not how many doozies, how many opes?
How many opes does it take to get to an ope pop? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many opes does it take before a Canadian gets uncomfortable?
So, I gotta ask, how specifically did we end up on puppy chow as the snack? Because I know there was some speculation of doing like poutine or something like that, but just not having the time.
I was joking that it was gonna be poutine because like that, like when you think Canada, you think fucking poutine. But puppy chow, Mom came up with. Thank you, Mom, because
Mom.
she was a vet tech. So puppy chow
makes sense.
And is it good?
Also, 80s cocaine.
Good.
80s cocaine.
It is delicious. It is delicious.
That's why there's so big bags, because you can't stop eating it.
It's gonna be gone by the time.
It's the perfect munchie food.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Bella didn't want to lick the powdered sugar off my fingers. Though.
She doesn't like cocaine. She's
Oh, Doritos.
Basically anything with cheesy flavor that you can lick off your fingers.
Yeah, because you give them fucking Cheese Whiz from a can. That's their favorite fucking thing.
Now that we know what snacks I feed my cats,
yeah.
PETA, please don't call me. This has been a fun one.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Mr. Steve Bietti.
Yeah.
You
Twisted
know,
Canadians.
I gotta say, Mom, I appreciate you making him not put his beard oil in so that I don't die. Thanks. We'll see you guys
in the next one.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.